I'll be real quick with this because there's two cars out here which I have got to do something to, which I don't really want my girl to see because this is something for her. And if she sees it, I could be in strife. So I'm kind of hoping she doesn't see it. Okay, now tonight is a double strip down, and the reason why it's a double strip down is because of what I'm doing. Now, as you can probably see, I have a blue car that represents a Chevrolet Camaro, and just behind me I've got another blue one which is a light blue car which is also representing the same year Chevrolet Camaro. Now if you have a look next to this one that represent on the right hand side of the one, or on the left hand side of the one that looks like the Camaro, if you have a look, there's a wreck of a Ford Mustang. So that Ford Mustang is going to be getting rebuilt, not tonight. The reason being is because I've got to do something. I've got something in the shop which I'll be stripping down. If you have a look at the title, as you look at the as you start to see the video start, it's called the double strip down. Now I have high hopes, and I seriously hope to God my girl is watching me, because she said to me, am I going to start one? I said yes. I didn't know when I was going to be able to do it because I was in the middle of trying to talk to a friend to try and get some stuff done for him, because he has had a little bit of a problem. He's not well, so I just feel sorry for the poor guy. But yeah, that's the biggest problem. Now, my girl, I think, is watching me. So I'm just about to ask her, can she hear me? Because, as I said to you guys in the past, I've had problems with my headset. So, right, she can. Now, the thing is, those two blue cars that I've got here, they're getting done for a special occasion, and I cannot say what the special occasion is because one of my friends watches my streams. So, and these two cars are done for him. So I can't say what they're for, because he will be watching, knowing my luck, he'll be watching my stream, so I can't really say too much about those two cars. But I will tell you this much. My princess, my gorgeous girl, my queen, who is watching my stream at the moment, will be receiving two cars. So that's one of the reasons why this episode is. As you can see, I've got a Ford right on my right hand side. Alright, behind me I've got the other Camaro. Now these two cars aren't Camaros as such under badges. Like this here's a Ford Mustang. As you can see, it is the actual Mustang, because Ford have actually said yes, you can put our car in your game. Same with Dodge. Dodge have said yes, so they put a couple of Dodges in here. One of the cars that they've put in here, I've got two of them in this garage right here. You'll see them in a couple of minutes. So before you do see them, I've got to go around the back. I've got to check something. Then you will see the two cars that I'm talking about. Now, both those cars that are in there will be getting washed and will be getting stripped. And that'll be the episode tonight. They will be getting stripped tonight, and that's as far as it's going to go. The rebuild for both those cars will be happening tomorrow night. But there's one thing that I am going to say, which I hope my girl smiles for. My beautiful baby girl, my queen, the one who I love with all my heart, her birthday's coming up, and it's going to be in September. So there's going to be something going on in the way of something for her. Now, I did say to a few friends of mine that she will be getting 2 deliveries a couple of weeks early before her birthday. And now I know one thing for sure. I'll have to ask her because I don't really want to make any mistakes, because if I do make mistakes, then I'm going to get shot. I know that for a fact. Now, when I say that, I'm talking not literally, I'm talking metaphorically. You know, she'll go, "Why did you do that?" I need to know. She did. I was talking to her earlier on about today, or earlier on tonight. I asked her if she liked Ford Mustangs. She said she does like Ford Mustangs, so that's understandable there. She loves Camaros, just like I do, and she also, I don't know whether she said, I can't really remember whether she said anything about Dodge these ones here, the Hellcat, because if she said anything about the Hellcat, then it'll be actually good. The reason being is because these Hellcats are going to be getting restored, and they're going to be getting done to the point where when they do get done, they will be done, and they will be delivered to her as, yes, baby, these 2 are going to be early. They're going to be early birthday presents to her. So what my delivery time is for these 2 is to get these done tonight, so she can actually have them inside a week. Then I've got another 2 cars to do for her. She did say the other 2 cars that she does like. She's not hot on them, but she does like them. So I did. Yes, baby. Now, she has hit me. I am going to ask her now, and I hope to God she says yes, because if she says no, then it's pointless in me doing these 2 cars, because these 2 cars here are early deliveries to her for her birthday. Even though the 2 cars that I am doing for her are nearly finished, they put somewhere where she won't know and she won't see them, because they're like her birthday present, if you know what I mean. So these 2 are early run birthday presents. So I'm kind of hoping she does like the Hellcat. So just give me half a minute. I seriously hope she says yes, because if she says no, then I'm going to have to 86 these, because these 2 are Hellcats, and this is the double rebuild that I'm doing the video for. She does like Mustangs, I know that, but she's she's like me. She loves Camaro, she loves Chevrolet, so here we go. Yeah, she does. Okay. Right, so these cars here are going to be rebuilt today and tomorrow. They're going to be stripped down tonight. They're going to be measured out with the wheels and all that sort of stuff, because I've got a lot of stuff to do on these 2 cars, as you can probably see. These 2 cars are going to have so much stuff done to them, and they're going to have all the stuff that's stock on them is going to go. The biggest problem for these 2 cars is, as you can probably see, there's parts already missing, right, in the way of the wheels at the back, and also probably half the suspension's missing. The hood's missing, front end's missing, yada yada yada. On that one over there, but on this one here, the front end's missing, the lights are missing, yada yada yada. Same thing. So let's get down to it. Now, what I'm going to do with this one first of all is I'm going to strip it of its parts in the way of the side panels and whatnot, the doors and all that. I can't really say, with this one I can't really say doors because it's only had one, so, you know. Okay, that's that. Now for this one. Aha, that went missing. Rightio. Now my baby's car, or both of my girls' cars, are the two actual birthday cars have been put aside somewhere. I'm not saying where because she'll be bugging me for them. So, no, my luck. But, you know, if she does, I love her anyway. So, okay, now, with this one, I'm going to take it down, take it to the area for the wash. Then I'm going to rip its part, just tear it to pieces. Oh boy. Aha. I'm not telling her where her two cars are that she's going to have for her birthday, because that'd sort of be a bit of a dead giveaway, if you guys know what I mean. But these cars here are fillers, if you know what I mean. They're sort of surprise givers. They're like, these two are like, how do I put it? They're like the opening of the early present. Now, these two cars, as I said, are hellcats. So I'm glad she likes hellcats. I'm pretty damn sure she's more a Camaro person than anything else, but still, you know. I mean, look at the damage on that thing. And I do have one thing to say to my girl, which I'll say to her later after this video. And I don't know what she'll say to it, so... Right, okay, these two cars are now at the same stage, so... let's lift both of these up. Check this one first. Okay, so this thing has got its entire underneath. The only thing it hasn't got are its exhaust at the back here. It's only got one, which is that one right there. Which is a bit of a pain in the butt. Still. Now all this here is going to go. So the only thing that's not going to go are those four plates there. Because they're for my girl's birthday cars. Because I took her birthday cars and put them somewhere where I know they are, but she doesn't. I know, baby, I know I'm cruel. But because it's your birthday coming up, sweetheart, I have to do it. These two cars here, sweetie, I put it to you this way, okay? These two cars here you see, these two hellcats. These two hellcats are an early present. Okay? So this is where you come into it. Alright? As soon as I get the body panels on these cars, what I want you to do is I want you to help me paint these two cars up. But they're not going to get their body paint, they're not going to get their colours on them up until such time as I completely strip them down to the bare chassis or the bare frame. It's just going to be the bare frame first, and then I throw the doors and whatnot on them, and then that's where you can come into it and then help me with the paint job. Okay? Now, I do know one thing, alright, and you will see what it is. Okay? So, I know one thing for sure, but the way it's going to be done, you can help me. Okay, baby? If you can understand me, sweetheart, please say yes on here on Zangy, because I am watching my Zangy when I'm talking about you. Okay, baby? So now that we've got all the rust out of the cars, we've got this one up here. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to get down to the brass tacks with that one over there, put it up, have a look at its bottom, and also have a look at the bottom end of it. Yo, same thing. Okay. This thing's badly cracked. Now what I'm going to do here, guys, is now that I've got both these cars up, I've got to check to see if they're... Aha, that one's missing its bottom, so they've got no oil in it. And this one's missing its bottom, so it's got no oil in it. Now, the go-to guy for my parts when I do these cars is currently, how should I say, in bed. So he's not going to be able to help me at all tonight. I was kind of hoping he'd be able to get the parts for the cars before I started this video, because I was going to see if I could get these two cars done inside one video. But it looks like it could be two videos where the cars are going to get done. Okay, now, what I am going to do is, hang on, let's have a look. Now, let's have a look at what I've got. Right, now, as you can probably see, I've got a whole load of spark plugs. What's going to happen tonight is, as I said, the car's going to be stripped. But off camera, I will be getting parts for these cars, but I will build them on camera. But what I'm going to do also, before I do end the video tonight, I am going to do the spray job on both these cars. So what I'm expecting out of my beautiful, gorgeous, absolutely sweet Queen is I'm kind of hoping she helps me with the paint job, because these two cars here are early birthday presents. Now, what I've got to do here is that. Now, what I've got planned for these cars is basically the engines in both these cars are not, after the rebuild, they're not going to be stock, I'll guarantee you that. Because I'm going to try and punch these things in the guts. I've got the Iron Man car, which is the same make as these two. And the Iron Man car, believe it or not, last year, not long after the launch of, now I swear to God, this was so funny, not long after the launch of Queen 33, I found another 57, which Queen 33 is, and did that one up and gave Queen 33 a sister car. But not long after the launch of Queen 33, I decided to put Queen 33 in a race. Now, Queen 33 had not raced a single race in its whole entire time since it had been built. And that was only only about a week, if that. And I thought, what I might do, and I said this to my partner, I said to her, babe, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start doing races. And I said, what I'm going to do is all the cars that I fix on this game, I'm going to put it up against each other. And she went, well, okay. I can't remember exactly her wording, but, you know. So what I did was I started putting cars up against each other. And the thing that surprised living daylights out of me was Queen 33. Now, here's why I say Queen 33 surprised living crap out of me. Queen 33 is a 1957 Chev, and this is the part that surprised me. I did it in such a way where she actually hit 411 kilometers an hour. Now, I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is in miles an hour. If any of you guys who watch my videos know what that is in miles an hour, please let me know in a comment. But you know, when I actually did that, I was just like, oh my god. And that was before I put it up. That's before I put her up against the Iron Man car. And then when I put her up against the Iron Man car, I asked one of my friends, who is a 57 Chev lover, because he was born in 1957. I asked him, which car does this thing's going to win? And I said to him, before you answer, do yourself a favour. And he asked what that was. And I said, check the stats on Queen 33 and then check the stats on the Iron Man car. I said, I've put the stats up in Instagram and I've also put the stats up in Facebook. And I was talking, when I was doing videos before I did the race, because I did do the race's video, a video of the race, I was announcing the race for about a week before the race actually happened. And he said to me, he didn't even bother having a look at the stats on Facebook, because I put them on Facebook on the main wall so people could see them, the general public. I asked for people to tell me who they think's going to win. And people were sort of umming and ahhing and saying that I had probably about 20 comments for the Iron Man car to win, and I had probably about just as much in the way of comments for Queen 33, maybe even a little bit less about Queen 33 winning. And I was like, well, I can't wait to see the outcome of this race. And I even said that to a couple of people. I even said it to my partner, and I said, what do you think's going to happen? And I was talking to friends when I said that, and one of my friends turns around to me and he says, well, to be honest, I think Queen 33 will lose. And I said, why do you say that? He said, simple. He said, it's the age of the car. I said, don't you dare discount a car that might be older than the Iron Man car, because the Iron Man car could have, I mean, I don't know whether it's true or not, but if you have a look at the cars as you do them, look how bad a condition they're in. But what my point is this: if you have a look about the car's stats and you check their stats out, you'll actually see that in some of their stats they actually talk about the car before you do them up. You do them up and then you work them right out. If you do it right, you can actually have the car do exactly what I did with Queen 33. But the thing is, Queen 33 is not the only car that does that speed. That's the thing that scares the shit out of me. I've got I don't know exactly how to explain this one, but I've got two 57 Chevs named Redline and Blackout. They're almost as fast, if not as fast, as Queen 33. I've got, let's see, I've got one that's called the Twisted Taxi. I did do a video on that car. The reason why I said taxi with a twist, I called it Taxi with a Twist, and the reason why I called it Taxi with a Twist is because of the way the car was. I did it up as a 1957 Chevrolet taxi, and it's as fast as Queen 33. I did a police car with a twist, which was done up as a New York police car for the highway patrol. Police car with a twist. So if you have a look at what I'm saying and then figure out the whole deal with the car, or cars I should say, you'll actually see that the cars that I'm talking about actually were as fast as Queen 33. And that's the thing that scared the living crap out of me, because what I did, believe it or not, was after I put Queen 33 up against the Iron Man car, which is a Dodge Hellcat like these two, The Dodge Hellcat, believe it or not, I said to everybody, I said, who's going to win? Who's going to win? And I was getting all these comments and they were saying, oh, Queen 33 is going to lose. I was having people saying Queen 33 is going to win because I put the stats up. And then I thought, okay, fair enough. No one knows who's going to win. So what I did was I put the race up as a video, and I think from memory, I did a car, I think that's the one where Queen 33 got her sister, I think. And the thing was that when I did that, I actually put Queen 33 in 3 races against the Ironman car. And the reason why I did 3 races was because what I did was I gave the Ironman car 3 races to try and win, and same with Queen 33. So Queen 33 won the first race, and I was like, what? I wasn't too sure what the hell was going on. And I sat there and scratched my head, and I texted my other half, and I said, babe, did you see that? And she went, yeah. I said, 411 in the 57 Chev. I said, I'm lucky I'm doing 2 more races. So I did 2 more races. Queen 33 kicked the Ironman car in both the other races. The Queen 33 got to the end of the circuit, right? Because what I did was I did a single car race to see what the speed was on the Ironman car. Same thing with the Queen 33, right? That was at the speed track. Then after that, I did a drag race down the drag strip, which is a mile long, and so I sent them both down there at the same time, one in one lane, one in the other lane. And the thing was, this is the funny part, Queen 33 beat the Ironman car by a country mile. She beat the Ironman car by about 5 to 6, maybe even 8 seconds. I can't really remember. I'd have to go back and watch the video to see. But she won all 3 races, and I was shocked at that. I was like, oh hell. And I turned around and said to one of my friends, whose gamer tag is Bundy Badger, about the 57, about Queen 33 and what Queen 33 did, and what she beat. And he said, no, that's not possible. I said, well, it is. I said, you watched the video. So he turned around and went, oh, okay, fair enough. So you videoed it. I said, yeah. So he watched the video and he saw Queen 33 walk all over the Ironman car. And he's come back into a party with me the next day and he's gone, how did you do that? I said, I have no clue. I said, if I knew, I'd tell you. I said, I have no clue, mate. I said, I have no idea how I did it. And he says, pot luck? I said, no, not pot luck. I said, I doubt it's pot luck. I said, it's probably talent. He said, what do you say, talent? I said, well, look at me. I said, I'm good with cars. And he said, what do you want me to do? I said, well, dude, you know what you could do, don't you? He goes, no, what? I said, you could go to work one day and tell everybody you saw a 57 Chef do 411 kilometres an hour. And he laughed and he went, yeah, I could. So, with that being said, Queen 33 being a 57 Chev doing 411 kilometres an hour beat a hellcat, a widebody hellcat, which is this one, and the other one on the other jack. And the rest, as they say, is history. So, if you know what I mean, it was kind of strange because I wasn't expecting it to happen. I even said to my partner, I said, babe, you do realise Queen 33 will lose? And she says, yeah, I know. I said, I don't want her to lose. I said, if she loses, I'm going to feel bad. I said, I'll get in trouble. She goes, no, you won't. I said, yes, I will. I said, the reason why I'll get in trouble is it's because the car's for you. And she goes, no, you won't get in trouble, sweetheart. I said, okay. So, believe it or not, I've put her through so many races over the last couple of months since she's been built. And believe it or not, she has won every single race. And I mean every single race. There is not one race she hasn't lost. So you can imagine how proud I mean, this is going to sound crazy coming from me saying it like this, You can imagine how proud I am of that car, winning so many races. Every race it's gone into, it's won. It even beat its sister, and her sister is as fast as her. Her sister is 411 as well. And they had a door handle race, and I even put that up on video. The reason I did that one as a video is because I wasn't too sure what was going to happen. So I was like, oh well, it's time for her to race her sister. So that, I think her sister was the last race, I think. I'd have to ask my other half, because it's been a while since I did a race, and I do have plans for another race coming up. My biggest guess is, will she eventually lose a race? Now, I don't know whether she will or she won't. The reason why I'm saying that is because she's got to go up against the other 57s, which is Redline and also Blackout. She's also got to go up against a couple of other 57s. One is called Queen, and the other one's called Princess. I do have another one under construction as I speak, which is called Goddess. All Goddess has got to have is her engine put in, and that is it. So I'm not too sure how fast that one's going to go. I'm not even too sure how fast Princess will go. I'm not even too sure how either one and the others will go, because I haven't fully... Those ones aren't fully done yet. I've also got King 50 to work on, and I've also got Rob 50 to work on. I've got Rob 51 to work on, and I've got Rob 51, King 51 to work on. So now the reason why I'm saying that is because those 4 cars which I just mentioned are for me. So yes, I know what you people are saying. I know what you're thinking. Why myself? Well, the reason why I want to do it for myself is because I like rebuilding cars, as you can probably tell from the cars I've rebuilt and cars that I've put up and raced. Now, one of the many reasons why I race them is because if I don't do anything like that, I get bored very easily and very quickly, because I race in a category called iRacing, and a few weeks ago I actually lost my ride. The reason being is because of what happened at one of the tracks. I wasn't even there. I was actually offline. I wasn't able to race because of my hand, because I got a hand injury, so I wasn't able to race. And next thing you know, the car that was driven by me, because it's got my number on it, the driver who caused the accident, because of an accident is why I lost my ride, which I think sucked. Because of him having the accident and causing the accident the way he did, I lost my ride, and now I'm looking for another ride, hoping to find one very soon, because I'm bored not doing races. I do love racing. You can ask anybody, even my partner will tell you the same thing. She knows I love racing, because racing is in my blood. I mean, I raced on plenty of circuits in the way of games. Like, I mean, I've even, in the way of simulated races, like computer games, offline races, I've won the Daytona 500. I've won a race here in Australia called the Bathurst 1000. I've won the Monaco Formula 1 Grand Prix. I've won the Indy 500. I've won countless other races. So, like, as you can probably tell, you know, it's in my blood. Racing is in my blood, regardless of what anybody says. So, that is that. I mean, I don't care what anybody says. Yes, it's simulator, but I don't care. It's still racing. It's still fun. It still keeps me occupied. It's like, people say that racing is a rush. Yes, they are right. It is a rush. It doesn't matter whether it's simulator. It doesn't matter whether it's real racing. It's still a rush. It's still a thing to do. It's still, worth the fun, if you know what I mean. And when I say the fun, I mean there's always a fun part to the racing, and that is it. There's nothing ever wrong with saying you love racing, because even though racing is a dangerous thing to do, and I am going to stress this to everybody who watches my episodes, especially at this one, with what I'm saying. Yes, racing is fun. It's fun to watch. It's fun to be in. It's also very dangerous. So whatever you do, and I mean this, and I stress this to everybody, please don't do any street racing. Because if you do street racing, chances are you will either kill yourself or kill somebody else. And if that happens, well, you're done for. Believe you me. So that's one thing you don't want to do. You don't really want to end up getting done over by the police because you've crashed. You don't want to get done over by your parents because you've had a. You don't want to get done over by your parents because you've had a car accident and you've either been severely maimed and you've severely maimed somebody else, or you've done severe damage to your parents' car, for example. If you've taken your parents' car, you don't want to do any of that shit because it's, as I've said, it's useless. In the way of, it's, as I said, it's fun, but it's dangerous. Let the professionals do it. That's all I can say, because they know what they're doing. And that's all I can say on that matter. But still, it's still, it is a good pastime, but most people who actually have a brain in their head will actually do it on computer. Because if you do it on computer, you can crash and not get hurt. So that's the way I'll look at it. If you crash in real life, you could get killed or you could kill somebody else. It's that simple. Now, I don't know whether I'm scaring any people. If I am, I'm sorry, but this has got to be said, because people who race on the streets, right, they're useless, they're brain dead, because they don't care about themselves or other lives. So, now these are wide bodies, so let's get to the wide body bit. I think, hang on. Dodge Challenger, look at your wide body radio. Now, here we go. Two of them, 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 two of them. Okie dokie. Okie dokie, chokadokie. That's the car parts bought. Now, I'm not going to get rid of any of these parts because I'm going to need them. Now, let's have a look and see what we've got here to make sure we don't screw up. Alright. Okay, all the car parts that were crapped are gone. Yay. Now, Now to throw the body on these things. Now, as soon as I've put the body on these, I'm going to let my partner know, because although she's watching, but what I want her to do is, because these two cars are early deliveries to her for her birthday, I want her to give me a helping hand. And I hope to God she understands that. Now I'm not putting the mirrors on just yet because I've got something planned for them. Okay, that's this car built in the way of its body. So, let's get one look at. Okay, so there are a couple of windows missing. The mirrors are going to stay off. The reason being, because as I said, I've got something planned for them. So that's that. Now this is where my girl's going to come in to help. As soon as I've got this is what I want my partner, my fiance to do. I'm going to message her, providing she's still watching. I know she is, because she says she will watch it. And she watches all my episodes. My plan for the cars are a paint job which she likes. So I did have. On GTA 5, I've got two cars that represent the Dodge Hellcat. And the two cars that represent the Dodge Hellcat are both, I've actually got 5 of them. There's a little story behind one of them. But the two Dodge Hellcat represent the Hellcat that are police. I've got one done up in dark blue fenders and dark blue back with a dark blue trunk and dark blue hood, and the doors are light blue. So I don't know what to do with any one of these two. The reason being is because I've got another Hellcat, or I did have another Hellcat, which I was in the middle of fixing up, but I thought, no, I'm not going to do that now. So I sold that one off, even though I wasn't quite done with it. So these two I'm definitely going to do for because I want them done. But what's going to happen now is, now that this one here, as you can see, has got its body on it, and it's got its doors, it's got its panels and all that. This one here is going to get its panels and its doors put on. As soon as that's done, I'm going to message my fiance, and I'm going to ask her for her help. Yes, babe, I know what you're thinking. Once again, mirrors on this car are not going on just yet, because the body is going to have something done to the body's obviously going to be painted to the colour that it's going to be, but the mirrors are going to be something completely different. So that's where my partner's going to come into it, because now that both the cars are ready to roll to go and get sprayed up and ready and get everything done to them. First one I will fix up will be this one here on jack number 1. So let's take it down to the spray booth. And yes, baby, it's already been washed. Now, this is where my partner will come into it. Sweetheart, I know you can hear me, so I want you to do me a favour. Okay? I'm going to go over there to the edge, over here, to where there's the paper. Right? Just here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to light that up, as you can see. I'm going to click on that, and then I'm going to spin around and then do some paint work on that car. Now, you tell me, right now, as soon as I SMS you, I want you to tell me what colour you want these two cars. Okay? You can have them any colour. That was a chrome blue, but I've got this one here, which is a metallic. So I've got a funny feeling she's going to want it blue, but blue. Okay. Okay, right. So she wants this one, the dark blue. Okay. Now, I've got one other question for her. Does she want chameleon dark blue, or does she want it in... Because if you have a look at it in chameleon dark blue, it's a little bit... It sort of shows through a little bit of a purple, but I'm not too sure whether it does or it doesn't. So I'm not really going to have chameleon dark blue. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have metallic dark blue. Oh shit, that's what I could have done. Aha. No, you won't see them anyway, so... But you will see that. But I don't know if she wants that on the car or not. Hang on a sec, I'll show her. Do you want... I know you can hear me, sweetheart, so do you want that? Or do you want it like that? Do you want it with that graphic on the back? Or not? Do you want it like that? Or no? Okay, so she wants the SRT hellcat on the back. Now that that's done, now I'll put the car back into the area where it was. Now I'm going to do something special with the mirrors. Now I did say that I was going to do something special with these mirrors. So let's get this thing back on the lift. Now baby, you may like what I'm going to do with these mirrors. Trust me. The reason why I'm saying you might like it is because of what I've got planned. Trust me. I'm sneaky. I'll put it to you that way, baby, alright? Now, babe, I'm going to do something to that car, right, with these mirrors. I want you to tell me, I'll message you, and I want you to message me straight back and tell me if you like them, okay? If you don't like them, I'll change them. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to message my better half to ask her if she likes Now, before you answer me, baby, get this. Now listen, before you answer, I can change them. If you don't like them, I'll change them. If you don't like them, babe, Chrome, I'll change them. Now, I know you can't hear me, sweetheart. So if you don't like them, chrome. I'll change them to a light blue like that, but I'll change them from chrome. Oh, okay. Right, she likes it. Right, now, this car is not quite complete because I've got to get all the gear from underneath and I've got to get the engine built and all that. Same with the other one. But this one's paint job is now complete. I will have the wheels for both cars ready to rock and roll for tomorrow's rebuild or the continuation of the rebuild. Now, the one on the other side is going to have its turn in the paint. So, here we go. Now, all I'm hoping is to have this car done soon, or have the cars done soon. The reason being is because, how do I put it? I want to see these things up against each other. Now, baby, listen to me. That's a chrome blue, okay? So, if you want that on that car, I'll put it there. I'll show you what it'll do for you. Do you want that in that color, or do you? Hang on a second, guys. You'll hear me say something to her. Okay. Do you want that blue with the SRS hellcat on it? Yes. Do you want it in that blue with the SRT hellcat? Or do you want it with the racing stripes? I'll show you what it looks like with the racing stripes, baby, alright? There you go, metallic with racing stripes. That's what it looks like with the racing stripes. So she wants it like that. Okay. Now, do you want it right down the nose? Or no? What I'll do... Do you want it like that, or do you want it right down the car? I'll show you what I mean, baby, alright? Now picture that blue on the front, okay? Please, and you see what I'm saying. Now picture that blue on that and have the racing stripes down the front. Oh, okay. Okay, so the car's got to go back to the garagio. Now, what I have got planned is for the front end to be painted normal. Like, she wants it just down the hood and down the trunk, and that is it. So what I am going to do, I'm going to do something really spectacular with this car. You watch. Now, just one very quick question. You'll hear me say something to her again. Do you want the mirrors on this one dark blue chrome, or do you want them light blue chrome? That's dark blue metallic. Okay, baby? And that's chrome. Okay, I don't think it really looks... Okay. Now, with these two cars, what I've got planned is a hell of a surprise. Oh, babe, that looks awesome. Good on ya. You have got a talent, sweetheart. You really do have a talent. Now, what I do have planned for these two cars, I can't build the engine yet for either one of these two cars. The reason being is because I haven't got the parts. However, the two other cars which I've got for her, like the two main cars that I'm going to give to her or release to her on her birthday, they're almost finished. So those two cars will be sitting pretty for a little bit. These two will be finished tomorrow night, but they will not be released online tomorrow night. The reason being is because these two cars are going to be for her. They're going to get released to her tomorrow night, but at the same time I'll be working on car number 5 and number 6. I haven't got car number 6 yet. I've got car 5 sitting out the front, so you know, and her other two cars have been put away. So the two blue cars you see out front, they're for a friend. But her other two cars are almost complete. All they've got to have is the engine dropped in them, and that's it, because I was in the middle of getting ready to do these, and then bang. And sweetheart, I'm telling you one thing now, baby, you will like them. The two other cars that I've got for you, which you will be receiving on your birthday, you will love. Trust me. But these cars you'll be getting either tomorrow night or the following night after I've released them to you. They'll be going into Instagram and also Facebook as announced for an early birthday present for you. Okay, and then there's 2 more cars I'll be doing for you for early birthday presents. But the other 2, which are birthday presents, the 2 other early birthday presents, they won't be getting done up until such time as mid-August. The other 2 cars, which are your birthday presents, which are coming out on your birthday, which will be released to you on your birthday, they will be getting finished and having their engines put in a few days' time. I've got a few things to do first. For example, I've got to get my cars finished, which will be getting videoed. And then I've also got to get 2 more cars for me to do for my 51st birthday, and then that'll be it. And that's as far as it goes. Anyhow, anyone got any ideas for King 51 and Rob 51? Please comment on this video. Let me know what you want. They are going to be blue. They will have. I'm not sure what cars I'm going to do for me, but I'm telling you one thing now. They are going to be a reasonably good car. I'm kind of hoping that they turn out well because they are for my 51st birthday. I've got King 50 to do, and I've got Rob 50 to do, or Robbie 50 to do, because they're almost done. So all I've got to have done with them is their engine, and that is it, and they're ready to roll. So that'll be either the following night after tomorrow or the night after that, because I am going to do a few more videos, which I want to do. I have been meaning to do videos, but I just haven't had the time, and I really apologise for that, because I have had a few things to do over the period of time between my last video, which was a few days ago, but before that video, and the video where I got the final trophy for Police Sim, there was quite a gap. And the reason why there was quite a gap between that video and the last video I did, or that video and the video before that one, is because I had quite a lot to do. I had to help a friend out with his move, because he's moved from one suburb to another, so I had to help him move. I've had to deal with other things in my family-wise. So, like, for example, I've had to deal with a friend of mine who, as I said, moved. I've had to deal with my father being in a nursing home. I've had to go to a doctor's appointment for myself because of I had to get a flu shot because it's winter where I am in Australia, so I had to get a flu shot. I had to also help out another friend of mine who actually, believe it or not, broke his leg falling downstairs. And with how he broke his leg falling downstairs, I really feel sorry for him, but I feel sorry more for the cat, because the cat had to jump out of the way just before he tripped. So that's that. But other than that, no. But yeah, I've had to do a few things before. After the police sim video and the video before the last one, which was the video before the last one, I think was a Forza race or a Forza video. Then there was the one which I did last night, I think it was, and now this one. For the next week and a half, I will be doing videos on this. So I do have good news for you guys, and that's that with me being, I'm probably going to get shot for this. I emailed Rockstar. Now, with me being retired, and when I say retired, I don't mean retired from a job. I'm talking retired from clubs on GTA. I was told by Rockstar that I am going to be put on probation The reason why they're going to put me on probation is because just in case somebody comes up with an idea for me where I can carry a patch but be retired, I wouldn't mind carrying a patch again but have retired on the patch. So I've got a friend of mine who's a patch designer for GTA, and he's designing a patch for me that has a bottom rocker, and instead of having a position like either a country or a town or whatever where I'm from, it's got retired. So he's coming up with that at this point as I speak. I don't even know if I will or not. I'm actually thinking of doing it. Now, the only reason why I'm thinking of doing it is because I do miss clubs. I don't want to go back into clubs, but carrying a patch, when I was carrying a patch, it really meant a lot to me. And when I retired, it sort of hurt me. And I literally cried for 2 days straight. And I had friends try and calm me down over those 2 days, and they were having a hell of a problem trying to calm me down. So, and the reason why I did that, the reason why I broke down the way I did was because I loved clubs. I still do love clubs, but I don't want to go back and have wars break out and me get involved in wars because of my health issues. I've got health issues. Like my stress levels, for example. My stress levels, I don't want my stress levels to go through the roof, right? I've got a problem with my stomach, which is known as IBS. I've got epilepsy. Which can be a fit can be brought on through stress. IBS can be set off because of stress. There are many things that I've got with me that could be set off by stress. I can't do all that. So I've spoken to Rockstar, and Rockstar said to me I can carry either half a patch that says retired, which means no one can touch me, and I cannot get involved in the mainstream of work for the club. I can sit there. I'm not allowed to go to any of the club meetings and be in any of the table meetings or anything like that. In other words, I can't say anything too much in the way of the club itself. The only thing I can do is if I carry the patch, I just go for the rides and carry the patch on the rides, and that's as far as it goes. I can't go to any table meetings. I can't deal with any stressful stuff. That is it. They don't want me to carry any stress. They just said to me, if I carry the patch, I carry the patch, and that is it. I'm not allowed to go to any table meetings or anything like that. I can give advice, and that's as far as it goes. Before the meeting goes ahead, I've got to tell them what they can and cannot say, what would be a good idea to say and what wouldn't be a good idea to say, and then I can't go into the meeting. I've got to stay out of it. So that's that. That's as far as that goes. So that's all that crap there. Anyhow, guys, I'm going to end it here. The reason being is because if you have a look, the cars are done as much as I can. I will, however, there are the wheels there, like these ones here, these three plus that one down there. I'm getting rid of them. Even though they're 100%, I'm getting rid of them. The reason why I'm getting rid of them is because they're not for any car. Because the cars that they were for, well, they've already got their new wheels on them. So, But these four here you see are from these two Dodgers. What's going to happen is over the period of time before now, after this episode and the next episode, is going to be the wheels I will be buying tomorrow. I will be fixing them up. I won't be painting them up until tomorrow night when I do the stream. I should hopefully have all the parts to these cars and the other ones which are sitting out the front, which is the Mustang sitting out the front. So that is that. But other than that, nothing much is going to happen. And that there, as you can see, is all the stuff that's there. That's from the Hellcat. There's 3 Hellcat engines there, as you can see. One is from the one that I 86'd. Well, now when I say 86, I mean I got rid of it. So there's one there from the one that I 86'd, which I think is the bottom one, and the other two are basically just there from these two here. So that's that. Anyhow, guys, I'm going to leave it here, as I've been saying for the past 5 minutes. I don't really want to carry on, but still. As I've always said, it's a good idea to game fair, because, I mean, if you don't game fair, then how is it fair for anyone to play games? Because you get people who act like complete knobs. I mean, come on. So, basically, with what I'm saying, game fair, mate. Game fair, guys, honestly, because, I mean, like, it's unfair on people who do want to play fair, where people who don't want to play fair, they get into games and they destroy lobbies, and in GTA they'll destroy lobbies and they will cause trouble for people who do want to play fair. They go into other games like, not so much Cold War, because Cold War's an old game, but Call of Duty 6, for example. So that's that. Anybody who does that sort of thing and goes in and ruins the games, they shouldn't be playing games at all, I'm telling you. But also, guys, as I've said to you guys in the past, if you've got a girl in your life, treat her like she's a queen. I do. I mean, if you don't treat them like a queen, they will walk off. They will leave you. You won't see them ever again. They will look for somebody who will treat them like a queen. And girls, it's the same thing. Treat us guys like we're kings. If we treat you like you're queens, treat us like we're kings. If you know what I mean by that, when I say that, I've said this to my partner plenty of times. We could start a royal family, me being the king, her being the queen, and our kids being a prince or a princess, depending if it's a boy or a girl. So, as I've said, you know, it's only, I mean, fights in relationships aren't good. It's just not, it's not good for anybody. Fighting in relationships just is not, it's not worth it. Seriously. It's really not worth it. But other than that, I can't really say much, you know. I mean, like, life's short. That's the reason I keep telling you guys, don't fight if you have a relationship. Because life's short. What you have is what you have. You don't want to lose it. Believe me. You don't want to lose it. I'm now 50. I turn 51 this year. I want my girl here soon so I can marry her and live with her and have her beautiful body next to me in bed. Same. It's as simple as that. I want to be able to wrap my arms around her beautiful body, hold her and tell her how much I cherish her and how much she means to me. It's that simple. She knows it. Because I adore her. I absolutely adore her. I love every inch of her and every inch of her body. If I was with her now, I'd have my arms around her and I would not let her go. I would just kiss her and just tell her how much I love her. And the reason why I would do that is because she's my queen and I'm her king. Together we can make a royal family. And it's like I say to her, the moment we're with each other, guess what? We can travel down this road called love together and have a merry time. Create history for the two of us. Make a life for each other. Write our own book, if you get my drift. Guys, do the same with your girl. Girls, do the same for your guy. Trust me. It's like what one of my friends says. Life's short. You don't know what's around the corner. You don't know when it's going to end. Honestly. So, I mean, really, it's just not good. Fighting is not good in relationships. Anyhow, guys, I'm going to go. I shall see you guys when I see you guys next. Hopefully that'll be tomorrow. And then the rebuild of these two cars will continue and the cars will be finished tomorrow. the bodywork, as you can see, is done. So, yeah. The thing for both of these cars tomorrow, one is going to have chrome, they're both going to have chrome rims. One is going to have chrome blue rims, and that's probably going to be the blue one, the dark blue one. I'm not sure yet. And this one here will probably have just normal chrome rims. The reason why it's probably just going to have the normal chrome rims is because of the racing stripes on it. Because what I did was, when I did a car, about a year ago with a Dodge, it was a Dodge Hellcat. It was just shortly before I met my partner. I did a Dodge Hellcat. The car was a white coloured car, and I gave it racing stripes. And then when I gave it the racing stripes, I just thought, yeah. And then I threw some rims on it, and they were chrome, and it did look good, but I didn't really like the whole idea, so I changed it to a different colour. I forget what the colour was I changed it to, but the rims really suited the new colour, especially with them being chrome. So they're both going to have chrome rims. One's going to have chrome blue, and the other one's just going to have plain chrome. So I'm not sure which one's going to have the chrome blue yet, and I'm not sure which one's going to have the plain chrome. The plain chrome it very well might go on the light blue one. I'm unsure about that. And the chrome blue, because of the mirrors on the blue one over there, the dark blue one, the chrome blue wheels could go on that. They are going to be different rims, that I assure you. I will try and build up the gearbox and whatnot for the car. Yeah, right. Hang on, what's that for? Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's for the... Yeah. Okay, now I'm back. Yep. Click. But, yeah, I'm not sure what one's going to have the normal chrome wheels and what one's going to have the chrome blue rims. I'm not sure yet. I don't even know if I will put chrome blue rims on one of them. If I do, I do. If I don't, I don't. I might even just put chameleon. I'm unsure. As time goes on and as we get round to building the cars and the undercarriage and all sort of stuff, that's where I'll work on that. I do have things planned for these two cars in the way of... I mean, their paint schemes are as you see. But the engine, the chassis, the wheels and other parts in the car are going to change completely. So that's going to be that. That'll be a surprise. That's the reason why I said the car's going to be a surprise for her. And I really want these two cars to stand out. So, boom, boom. Alrighty, guys. I'll see you guys when I see you guys. You guys have fun, game fair, and enjoy life. If you have a bucket list, fill it out. Trust me. I shall see you guys when I see you guys. Smoke out.